Okay, here we are, Refuel 2012, and I'm excited to be here with you again, but listen, last year we had this really cool moment where I got to share with you some things that kind of frustrated me. Well, this year's a little different, okay? And since this whole theme of Refuel is going off-road, all right, I thought it would be most appropriate in these few minutes that we have together that I go a little off-road with you. I'm about to just make a few confessions here, and they're pretty risky, okay? There's no doubt that what I'm about to share with you will seriously affect my manhood for the rest of my life. Whew. Okay, all right, confession number one. I like Justin Bieber. Okay, confession number two. I have always wanted to get a pedicure. There, I said it, okay? Don't judge me. I have been known to cry while watching The Biggest Loser. I like scented candles. I used to watch soap operas. I like a nice warm towel right out of the dryer. I can make ponytails. I can make pigtails. I can braid hair. I have read all 4 Twilight books. And I am on Team Jacob. I like nice warm house shoes. I use an Afghan in the winter when it's cold outside. I like romantic comedies. I have played My Little Ponies. I have played Barbies. I have played with dolls. I listen to WRVR during Christmas. Let me tell you what else is risky. I made these few confessions, but let me tell you what's risky for me as a dad, for all you dads in the audience, okay? There is this risky thing that dads have to do every once in a while with their children, and it's really hard to explain unless you've actually been there and unless you've actually done it. But for me, the riskiest thing about fatherhood is being asked to change a poopy diaper, okay? Now, I have four girls. I have 4 daughters, all right? And I think over the course of 4 daughters, they say something like every kid has like 8,000 diapers, so 8 times 4 is like 32,000 diapers in my family I've gone through. I think out of that, you know, if we're doing 50-50 here, number 1 and number 2, I think there's probably been about 15 to 16,000 poopy diapers that have come through my house over the past 10, 11 years, okay, with all 4 of my children. Out of those 15 to 16, 17,000 dirty diapers, I've changed about 4. All right, let me tell you what happens when I am asked to change a poopy diaper, okay? I get the child and lay the child down. And I get all of the spread. I get the wipies and the diaper and all these other things that are required. I mean, I don't know what they are, but I think there are. Anyway. All right, and I get everything ready and I unlatch the diaper on either side and I open the diaper. And I kid you not, from that one moment, I black out for like 5 minutes. I come to after 5 minutes later, the child's diaper has been changed, but I got furniture overthrown in the house. I got dishes being thrown across the kitchen. The dog is running crazy. My children are screaming. The mailman is at the door, and I have a different change of clothes on. I have no idea what happens. Risk. That is risky. Listen to me very carefully, guys. You and I are in a unique situation where we are supposed to be brave and we are supposed to have answers. And most of the time we feel very broken and very inadequate. We feel that way in our careers. We feel like that the potential that we have been given by God is being hit against a brick wall. We feel that in our families, with our wives and with our children. We feel completely inadequate because of our own moral failures. And so when we approach a weekend to talk about risk and faith and consequences and going off-road, we really don't even want to listen because we have been so bound by our fear. And I don't know about you, but I am tired of being dictated by my fears. When I open up the Word of God, every man that I see that was this great man of faith risked everything for God. Abraham walked away from his home. He walked away from his family and went because God said go. You got a guy like Joshua who was younger than everyone else, but God said, you were going to be the leader of this nation. And so he had to face his own, or at least the rumors of his inadequacy. You got a guy like David, whose moral failures almost outshined everything that God wanted him to be. And yet when Jesus was born, he was called the Son of David. You have someone like Jeremiah, who witnessed the destruction of his own city. And yet when he had the opportunity to leave, to escape, and to walk away from his prophetic calling, he stayed. He stayed. You got a guy like Paul, who had to face his own theological errors, who countered all these religious claims about grace, and did so probably for his entire life with some sort of handicap or thorn in the flesh, whatever that was. These guys were not defined by their fear. This whole weekend is about facing those things. It's about risking it all in faith and knowing that there will be a God there who will walk you through it. Listen very carefully to me. Faith is not the absence of fear. Faith is persistence in the midst of fear. I will not be defined by my fear any longer. This weekend, this moment is yours. It is your time to soak in all of the grace that's going to come from the teaching and the worship. And it's going to be your moment to be energized and to say, yes, God, I will go. And I may be afraid, but I will have faith and know that my Redeemer lives. It's time to go off-road this weekend. It's time to go off-road for the rest of your life. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's do this thing.